Jim Kelly retired, and I don't remember the.
To run lines and the cost or the expense and what our reimbursement would be for that purpose. What the territory is, in other words, marking the territory.
Duke actually has a brochure that they left in my house because I got my permission to go in there too. So it showed how they pruned and what their area was in the brochure. When I was out pruning that, household.
It's also on their website.
Yeah, I had some dealings with them before, and if it's underground, it's 20 foot, 10 foot on each side. But if it's overhead, like Bill said, it's 15 foot on each side. And I had to sign the right of way for them to put them in. Or
Well,
they wasn't gonna put them in.
we have a piece of property on Hyper Road where Duke Power cannot, for whatever reason, trim those trees. And their lines run right through it. And years and years and years ago, it had to be 40 or 50 years ago, Mr. Shelley refused to sign whatever it was, and they still don't trim those trees. And every time my phone goes out or the power goes out, and we have any problems, of course it may be a phone line rather than a power line, they tell me it's because it runs through the trees. And that's the reason I have all this problem.
Well, I don't know what we can do as far as just letting our people in the town know to realize when they plant a tree that's gonna be 30 feet high and they plant it close to that power line, that it's gonna be cut back and made in some misshapen form at some point over the growth of the tree. Right, well, yes, DOT right away too, if they come by and widen the road or whatever. So, you know, I don't think everybody needs to, you know, call it town hall before they plant any tree, but just maybe be thinking about that if they're looking to landscape their yard, to stop and look up and look around.
They also have on the website a list of acceptable trees and things to plant under or near power lines that only get so tall.
Well, that might be good to put in
Do
there.
we have a paved road yet?
Are you talking about?
Yeah.
Dubach,
Yes,
is it,
It's
is it?
paved?
yes.
We
Oh,
need,
God.
do we need to cut the
I was
ribbon?
waiting for the landscaping to be complete. They still have to do the landscaping. the
Oh,
ditches
we
and
need to
things.
have a ribbon cutting.
It's a little pebbly yet for dancing in the street, but
Yeah,
it's,
okay.
it's straight.
Maybe you'll just
It don't
invite
get
us
any better.
to the block party.
Yeah, we won't do that.
Get that favor, cut the stay.
Huh?
Get that favor, cut the
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't come and do that tonight.
Any further business from the council?
While Mark was talking about emails, I guess I know about the other email about, the one in the old Elmhurst estate, got the yard, has that been addressed?
I went by that property to look at it, 'cause the impression that I got from the email was, you know, a pretty rough looking place. And I had a problem finding it at first. The only even close to issue is that there is a place where apparently a very large tree was cut down and they left some, you know, pretty big pieces of lumber still there, and what's happened is the grass has essentially grown up all the way around it. And they just mow around it instead of pulling out pieces. I don't,
When they mow it.
when they mow.
When
Well,
they
maybe I
mow.
caught them soon after they mowed, because it was fairly clean when I went by. I don't know, you know, we could go after them and send them a notice of violation, or not necessarily notice of violation, just send them a copy of our nuisance ordinance. But I don't think we have much grounds right now.
Yeah, I wrote about it a couple times also, that it didn't look like any more than you see on the Hunter's plot.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the county was there or
I mean, we could send them a copy of the, you know, we could say that we got a complaint, here's a copy of the nuisance ordinance, and you are covered by the nuisance ordinance. And just, you've been put on notice that someone's walking, the neighbors are concerned, and therefore, if you don't take action on a reasonable basis to keep your yard.
Are we sure they're not sick or something there?
I
Well, maybe you could ask if they need any help with,
Oh, has it? In Old Elmhurst?
And it's right at, is it Myers Ford?
Addison.
Oh, okay.
Right across from Jerry Way.
It's the corner lot.
Yeah.
I don't think I got that email.
I didn't get that email.
You got that?
I didn't get either one of them.
You got it now, I know.
So, I mean, that's.
It's addressed to me, I should've got it.
Just say all that on first. Give the person time to.
Where is it? Where is it on?
Not too long now, we're shaking notes.
Anything else? Okay, Michael, I will go to business from the town administrator.
Okay, just a couple of things, I know we mentioned this in the back, but just so that everyone, the planner update on the planning, we are in our second phase of the planning position. We've had over 30 applications for it, and we are contacting approximately 12 of those for a second round of discussion, basically interview questions, and from that we'll choose a few to actually bring in for the interview. The town core committee had they wanted to basically share with the council their vision statement, and, you know, just make sure that you are aware of where they are, and if you feel that they're straying or not, you know, pull them back. I know that, Mark and Carolyn serve on the committee, but you had to leave early, and Carolyn was there the last meeting this came up, so.
No, it's not there.
So I know that you
You should
had
get it.
input, but,
Yeah.
they basically came up with a town core vision to create a walkable, attractive downtown with a consistent design standard and the following considerations. Sense of community, connectivity, including ease of use for pedestrian and bicycle traffic, maintain the current character, provide a safe environment, to allow for a non-intrusive mix of commerce, residential and civic uses, and also that embraces Summerfield's history. They're working on some boundaries that may be expanded beyond what our current town core boundaries are, because they're very narrow right now, running along Summerfield Road. What they're using as a consideration is the fact that most people will walk about 5 minutes to any one place, which is about a quarter mile in an urban or town type environment. I know that Charlie tonight mentioned about 2 miles. I think that's more when you're actively trying to go for a walk, what someone would do as a recreational activity. But about a half mile or quarter mile, 5-minute walk is about what most people will do to get to one place to another. So that's sort of what they're using as their criteria to confirm how large an area this town core should be, so that there is that pedestrian connectivity. They're just asking for you all to basically agree that this is a vision that you all had intended that committee to come up with, or if you feel that there's something missing from it, to let them know, so that they can build it into their working.
When you say expand, did you say that we're looking at expanding the
area that's defined as the town core, yes. The area that's defined as town core is actually a very narrow band that runs along Summerfield Road, and then includes some of the commercial properties from Town Hall south that are facing 220. So they're looking to expand those boundaries a little bit further, to take in the area from Elmhurst Estates to the park, essentially, in some boundary of that sort.
And maybe up to the dry bridge on 150.
Yeah, up to about the dry bridge on 150, a little bit down Pleasant Ridge Road. Basically bring in all those areas that are traditionally town Summerfield area, that the old town Summerfield would have been, as a community, all those small lot areas that back up to the Summerfield Road 220 area, is what they're looking at. And also going north, all the way to the